Okay. I'm going to restart my router. I'm going to disconnect from Wi-Fi before we really get started because the last time it was pixelated until I did. So let's go ahead and I'll know for next time if this or screws everything up. We're going to find out. So I'm turning router back on. It's off. I'm turning it back, or Wi-Fi rather. Okay. Let's give it a second to route. Okay. All right. So, we're gonna find out. By the way, welcome to my kitchen. I have no idea what's behind me. I think it's a mess. I know I'm going to. I know that I'm weighing being really tired and fixing some food and needing to meal prep and clean the kitchen. So between those, we're gonna get something done here. Secondly, we're weighing whether restarting the router during a live, whether turning off Wi-Fi and turning it back on screwed up a live, or fixed the live and kept it non-pixelated. Cause see, I can't see if it's pixelated, or if it's fixed. If that was a smart idea, we're gonna find out. So I'm really, really cold right now. um, so I told you that I'm like in the early stages of making some changes. I have been soft with myself emotionally to fix some problems that were not going to get fixed emotionally if I started a diet earlier and exercising, and I'm trying to just keep an open mind and not twist about some thoughts. In any case, I've got Mohammed in the chat. Mohammed, does it look pixelated to you or does it look okay? Hi, by the way. So, anyway, um, I'm beginning to um, be very sleepy um, and very hungry. We may make a coffee and go sit in the other room. I don't know. What I know is that you're from Iran. Great. Is the screen pixelated? Does this look okay? Is there pixels? Is the picture clear? Um so we might make a coffee and go sit in the other room. Or oh my goodness. We might start cleaning and decide to cook. We might make a coffee and decide we're starving and eat something. Any of these things might happen. I don't know. So, anyway, I have one person in the chat that seems to want to send messages but not answer a question. So, great. Um, I'm not going to kick him because I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. So, I went to the store. I deal with chronic pain. Um, it's like several blocks away, and I don't have a car. And So, oh man, I decided to go while the getting's good. And the main drive was I don't have a lot of coffee creamer. So if that, storms your window, as some might say, something that some people complain about is cabinet doors open. I'm terrible about having cabinet doors open. I don't notice stuff like that. The doors can be open. I don't care. So, I went to the store and I came back with a variety of items. Oh my goodness. Um, I bought ginger ale, coffee creamer, orange kiss, zero sugar. It's ginger ale, zero sugar. I don't buy sugar drinks. I don't drink my sugar. My coffee creamer is sugar free. I'm trying to decide whether coffee creamer is really bad for me. I'm finding that I can't taste coffee sometimes. I have some taste issues. I can't taste some things. And I feel very like stuffy. And so part of that is that like what am I operating with? Like this is I've been in kind of like a survival mode or like a auto generated mode just based on living regular life because I've lived regular life my whole life. And you know that's funny. I've lived regular life my whole life, whatever. um Mainly just meaning that I haven't really complained. And you know just trying to deal with what's happening as it comes. And that's what I mean by that. I mean a lot of other things, but that's what I mean by that. But primarily, I mean I've lived in survival mode for my whole life, mostly. So now that I've babied myself for a while and oh shit. And kind of maybe lived on a relationship of self that was not very healthy. I'm going back to like this babying process was very, very necessary because that'll help me look at some of these pieces a little bit better so that I can further make changes of food, changes of eating habits, ways of doing things that are clean. And so, anyway, like, there's no secret behind me. This is my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. Um, yeah, I feel very stuffy, like I have some allergies going on. Um, I'm yawning. I have yawns. Okay, so we're on like a health and wellness um, beginning of moving on to the rest of our lives. I am. I do. I came back from the store, so I've got squash and I bought some fruits and um, I have a, I'm just going to meal prep with the squash and the vegetables in the refrigerator. I have some sweet potatoes. I have onions and garlic and seasonings and chicken, and I'm going to formulate these into meals for the next maybe 2 to 3 days. Um, so I was talking with someone in the chat yesterday or earlier today, and they said to eat one meal a day, and I think that's a great idea. Now, once I, you know, start working, I this hindrance of work, like really, it upsets me. Um, it honestly it docks me in a way that um, sort of cripples me because as I was talking about, I walked several blocks to the store, and I am in quite a lot of pain, and I already feel myself not wanting to cook any food. I just I have to not think of it in a way that is upsetting me, because I think how hard that I've worked to mentally like adjust to being a full human. And I have a pretty strong desire to want to lose weight. And formulating a plan for that has been very, like, it feels wholesome, it feels aligned with. And so I need to keep considering that, this is going to contribute. And, like, I'm walking myself through this as I'm going. And it's not easy. Hi, Eugene. Welcome. Um, so let's start small. Hmm. Um, so my feet feel like that there's rocks in my shoes. I'm actually, like, it feels like that I'm standing on rocks right now. Like, my feet hurt in that way, and my right leg hurts up to my knee and up to my hip, and I sort of have a little bit of a headache. And so, you know, part of my growing is checking in with how I feel, and that's physical as well as anything else. I might be a little rigid for some people. But part of that is knowing the difference. So that's something that, can be judged, and I won't feel judged for that. It's just, I really like to protect other people's minds. By the way, anybody who's watching, does the screen look like it's pixelated, or does it look like that, does it, is the picture clear right now before we really dig in and get started? I just want to make sure that, because I can reset the Wi-Fi again. But if it's okay, then we'll go. And if I don't get a response, I'm going to assume that it's not pixelated. And I assume that if it becomes pixelated, that somebody will tell me. I am yawning so much right now. All right. So, we'll start small since I don't have an answer. By the way, hello, Mary. And so, I'm quite sensitive to coffee, caffeine. So, like, I drink this, but there's no caffeine in it. Unless this is a weird one that just happens to have caffeine. This does have caffeine. Wow. So, Sunkist Orange has caffeine. Usually, orange does not have caffeine. Okay. Sunkist Orange Zero has caffeine in it. Um, but I'll do like a half calf. So I'll do these beans with these beans. And I will grind both of them together and make espresso. Alien and Allie, hello. How are you? So I already have some ground up. I got my grinder here. If you saw my live, I realized after all these years of having this grinder that this part comes off of it. See, I never take this off. Look how clean the bottom is. I've had this for years, and I've just finally recently figured out I could take this off to pour it. And see, look, the top of it's broken. The little plastic thing here is broken. See? And we just live with that because it's not that big of a deal. But for this to come off of there makes a big deal. And I've had this grinder for years and years and years. It's Mr. Coffee. My espresso machine is Mr. Coffee. And so I was talking about not being able to smell coffee. I can't smell the coffee right now. And like part of my senses are not with me all the time. And that might change with what I'm eating. I'm hoping. However that works. So fill our little thing up here. Give it a little swish, little rinse out. Some quick little rinse. Dump our little pot out in the trash. Whatever you call this. Maybe this is the sometimes I wash this, sometimes I don't. I just trained myself to do it without the thing, so. But see, when I do this, see this, I only, like I said, recently figured this out. But see, with this, like you'd pour it normally in like a filter. You know, you'd pour it in your coffee maker filter thing. So, you know, like unless I'm like really meticulous, this is gonna make a mess. But whatever. I didn't know it came out of there either way. So, see, I made a mess. Pull it back on there. Press it. Don't press it too hard or it won't go through, and they'll be like, my coffee tastes like water. But you have to have it pressed down or it'll just go straight through. See what I mean? On. Sometimes I forget to put this underneath there. Sometimes I forget to put the water in it. That's just the way it goes. I don't know. I can't figure that out. It just is the way that it is. I can't help it. There's no put the water in first, just put the craft where it goes, put the coffee in. It's just whichever comes first when I get here. I walk in, sort of like this. I'd like to have a coffee. Oh dang, there's not enough beans. I better grind some beans. And half the time I'm going, I hope I don't wake the neighbors because this coffee grinder I know is really loud and it's like whatever time, you know. See the light? That's all that matters. And the little things where it goes, yeah, I definitely made coffee go all over the counter before. That happened before. Yeah. It's not exactly like ideal, but you know, like it happens. It's a thing. Okay. Um, I recently heard someone call this their UFO pepper grinder. It really made me laugh because it does like this. But oh my god, I have carpal tunnel and my wrist hurt. And so for me to not have to grind pepper was life changing. And there's not, you have to have, oh, if you don't use fresh ground pepper, oh, spend the $15, buy the whatever, buy the thing, buy it. Because when you turn it upside down, it grinds pepper. And you could get a 2-pack and get salt. And to me, salt makes no difference. I mean, maybe if you have it in the cabinet for like forever, but like you can buy ground salt and it's the same thing all the way out. This is my salt. I don't like salt. You know, like some people are like, oh, give me that salt on my whatever. And, you know, I'm like, that's too salty. Wow, wow, wow. It's like whine or cry, baby. Too much salt. But then I learned salt's not good for you, and I'm like, okay. So, you hear our coffee? Look, it's halfway filled already. When it gets a little bit further, it just all of a sudden all shows up all at once. Like, it looks like a science experiment. Listen to it. I don't know if you can see it. Is it pixelated? I'm gonna go get my coffee cup. Yep, this is my best coffee cup. Yep, it's pretty much the best coffee cup that there is. Here's what we walked back from the store with. There we go. Okay. Well, we at least accomplished going to the store, so. I'm like, oh, it's sugar free. I can use more of it, right? I guess. So, so we got our smart points calculator. We'll just ask the smart points calculator. Smart points calculator. I'd like to know 10 calculate, yes. We'd like to calculate 10 calories and 0 sugar, 0 protein, 0 points. Yes, we'll use 0 points. Wow. What if I put in, so if I use 20 calories, what if I use 30 calories? Just out of curiosity. I don't think I use that much, but say I use 30 calories. No sugar, no protein, 1 smart point. So it does go up to 1 smart point at 30 calories. Let me make sure. Calculate 30 calories. No saturated fat. It's mono unsaturated fat. That can't be good. There's something wrong. I know there's something wrong with this. Like I know instinctually that the ingredients in this coffee creamer are not good. That's all I know. So, okay. Try to see 30 just to be sure. No sugar, no protein, 1 point. So that'd be 3 tablespoons. I don't use 3 tablespoons, but I just wondered. So, hmm. So I'm building my weight loss plans based around 0 point foods with Weight Watchers, and then the rest of them we'll calculate or we'll find online. Because at one point in time I was in Weight Watchers and I did really, really well. Okay. So, again, I don't really know what you're looking at in here. What I know for sure is that there's a lot of dishes that need washed, that I need to put these ones away or empty the dishwasher. And our coffee's done. So there's our coffee. See, I smell it a little bit. My smell of it is not. I can't smell it. I mean, I can. See, I do taste it right now. I have a headache though. You know, like it gives me a headache. I just have to assume that this is adjusting me the way that I need to. You know what I mean? You know, like whenever it comes to changing eating habits and putting food in your body, I probably have a headache because I haven't eaten anything. I weigh 262.2 pounds. That's pretty heavy for me. And then there's nobody wanting to have a discussion. I thought maybe that I would get in here and there would be like a discussion going and it would keep me going. That would help me. I'll show you my other real science experiment. Here's my other real science experiment. And it's going very well. I've successfully grown lots of sprouts so far in my little jars. I rinsed these out today. They've got another, they're really ready. I think that maybe that I will be consuming some of these tonight or tomorrow for sure. And then here's the other one. Both going very well. Just have to make sure they don't start getting like foggy or anything. And I've just got these upside down on a rack and the water drips into here. I made the tops in another video. See the little holes? I cut out a piece of garbage plastic and then they sit on a rack upside down like this. And that's working out very well. So I just make sure I dump this regularly. And once or twice a day that I rinse them. Take the lid off, clean the lid, clean, you know. So that's the plan for some of that. I'm really, really cold in here. I'm like really, really cold in here. But there's no viewers and there's nobody chatting, so maybe I'll do all this tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thanks for hanging out with me. See you.